Good evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Tonight's date is December 8th, 2024. It is a Sunday. See, I got it right that time. It is a Sunday. Laurel has joined the show. She says, good evening, looking good and sounds good. Fantastic, thank you. It's going to be a rough night. I'm actually, I'm in worse shape sitting here than I am the last show. So we'll see how it goes. Just moving from one thing to another. I got more regular back pain now. I think it's because my body's been overcompensating. Wake up in pain more than I did the couple nights ago. So we'll see how it goes. Some of it might be weather, too, because we've had snow come in. Laurel says if you need to cut it short, we'll understand. Oh, I get it. I know. If it gets too bad, then I will. But if not, we'll go as long as we can. We'll wait for folks to jump on in and see how it goes. See how it goes. We got a really interesting bunch of years coming our way now. Because it started, and we ain't even started yet. Unrealistic expectations. Unrealistic expectations. It's not being a defeatist to have realistic expectations. I posted up about Doge, and I talked about Doge. Seemed to ruffle a few feathers. Hey, Judy, welcome to the show. I ruffled a few feathers. How dare I point out the truth like I did? People are getting played. I took the last part off because people didn't understand. Yes, Donald Trump is playing everybody on Doge because Donald Trump said it's just an advisory board, but then he also said they're going to come in and clean things up and take care of things. They can't. It's impossible. They have no power. They're just a think tank. How dare I say that? I'm not saying it's bad that they're doing that, but they're doing nothing new. They're doing nothing new. We have a handful of think tanks to include within the federal government which go through and they point out fraud, waste, and abuse in government every year. It's nothing new. This has been going on our entire life. The Pentagon has failed their audit 7 years in a row. Donald Trump was president 3 of those 7 years. So no, it's not as simple. Rand Paul. What about Rand Paul? Oh, Rand Paul does this often. Yeah, I was going to post up another. There was a post that he had made on, I think it was Twitter. He had made it back in 22. I think it was 22. And he was talking about the toilet seat that, or the toilet that the government had a $95 million grant or some crap like that. So it had a 9, maybe 9.5 million, something dollar grant to study making a toilet that identifies your anal signature. It's like, yeah, he said there's a lot of waste. Yeah. Doge is nothing new. Doge is political theater is what Doge is. Trump knows it. Elon knows it. Vivek knows it. But they can keep their names in the media. It's political theater. Oh, how dare you say this, John? It's true. They can't do anything. They can submit a report and they go, yeah, but then Trump can do it. No, he fucking can't. Most of the shit that Doge is going to be bringing up, Trump cannot do a damn thing about because Trump does not control the purse strings in the United States government. That's not how it works. See, a bunch of freaking morons out there don't even know how their own government works, and they take the words of a showman, which is Donald Trump. I'm not saying he's not the right man for the job. I'm not saying he's not going to be able to accomplish anything, but he's playing people, and so is everybody else in this matter. It's a show. I'm tired of political theater. I'm tired of it. I said this shit about the Republicans holding hearings and saying they're going to raise the roof on COVID and all this other shit, and then they did fucking nothing. I am tired of political theater. So I'm not a defeatist, I'm a realist. The biggest thing that Donald Trump is going to be able to do is work within the executive orders field when he gets right into office and stop a lot of the bleeding that was done by Biden's executive orders. He can do that. That's great. Fantastic. The rest of the stuff he's going to have to work with Congress on and other departments because he does not control it. People think, there's another thing. People think that because, Donald Trump's in charge of these agencies, right? He can just go in and fire people, right? No, he can't. Schedule F prevents that. They're unionized. There's contracts. He can't just go in with a broad brush and just fire everybody. There's certain things he can do and there's certain things he can't do. The rest has to be done by Congress. People don't understand this, but I post this stuff up and people get all pissed off. How dare I? How dare I be negative? How dare I be defeatist? I'm not defeatist. Going to have the same shit that happened the first time. Donald Trump's going to come on in. What did Donald Trump do and what didn't he do? Donald Trump did some stuff, but there was over half the shit that he said he was going to do, he didn't do. And then people act like, oh, well, hey, whatever. They forget it. Well, stop it. I call shots the way it is. If he deserves a pat on the back, I'll give him a pat on the back. If he deserves a smack in the head, I'll give him a smack in the head. That's what I do. So there's going to be a lot of feathers ruffled in the upcoming years, and I'm going to lose a bunch of followers. Because it happens that way. Because no, I'm not saying he's a god, and then you treat him like he's a god. I'm not saying he's an emperor, but you expect him to act like an emperor. Stop it. Just stop it. He's the president. There's a damn good reason he can't do most of the stuff he says he's going to do. Can you imagine if he could? Holy crap. Oh yeah, it's great if it's your guy, right? What happens when it's Joe Biden or a Biden-esque person? And they had the same damn powers. As it was, Biden already exceeded his authority and did so flagrantly and thumbed his nose at the Supreme Court and their decisions, and nothing was done. The Republicans should have filed impeachment charges the very freaking day after Joe Biden got in front of the American people and said, the Supreme Court ruled that I do not have the authority to do an eviction moratorium, but I'm going to do it anyways because I know that by the time it makes it back to the Supreme Court, we would have accomplished what we wanted. That is what I would consider a high crime or misdemeanor. That's an impeachable offense. Did the Republicans do anything? No. Did they even try to do anything? No. No. But everybody expects the Republicans to suddenly, every time the Republicans have had the majority, they haven't done shit. Every time the Democrats have had the majority, they've steamrolled their agendas in. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of pissed off people. And I'm not going to be pissed off at government because I've told you what's going to happen. And I told you what's not going to happen. I'm not going to be upset about it because I've got realistic expectations. I wish for something better, but I have realistic expectations. I'm going to get pissed off at the knuckleheads out there who couldn't figure it out, even though I warned them before he's even in office. Oh, well. Oh, well. It is what it is. Here's another thing that is. Laurel's got herself a new family member. I don't recall her name. What's her name, Laurel? I'm not giving out any family secrets or anything. I figure if she posted on Instagram, it's okay. You named her Sweetie. What was her name before? Virginia or something? What was her name when you picked her up? See, Gracie was the same thing. Gracie was Sheba. And it's like, she ain't a Sheba. It's just like, what the hell? She Gracie. Sweetie is a dog. Is she a pit bull or is she part pit bull? She got a fat head. Tonight's coffee, blueberry cobbler from New England brand. Full pit, yeah. It was Virginia. See, that was good. That was right. Okay. I'm terrible with names. So, yeah. Good-looking girl. She doesn't look young. She's got to be at least a year old, right? How old is she? She looks pretty big. Guess their cat didn't care much for her. Happens. It happens. How old is Sweetie? You got a delay here. Hello? She's over a year. Yeah, that's what I figured. She's actually a small dog, about 35 to 40 pounds. Yeah, she doesn't look really big, but she doesn't look like she is. You can tell usually about between 9 and 12 months, you see a big difference. She does not look like a under 9 months. She looks like she's over a year. Just by her proportions and everything. She just, good looking dog. Good looking dog. Good looking dog. So welcome to the family there, Sweetie. So what else was I going to say? I didn't make a list. I didn't make a list tonight. There was a bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about. Didn't make a list. I pissed off a bunch of people. Here's another thing. Oh, she was a stray. She's had at least one litter. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to be hiding Doge comments and comments. I'm doing a new way of moderating my page. The person, if it's something really stupid, the comment's either going to be hidden, and I still get credit for it, and the person thinks their post is still there, and that's fine. It's going to be hidden. And if it's so stupid that they don't deserve to be on my page, they're going to get a block. I'm not putting up with foolishness. Not doing it. So I did a lot of that. I've been doing a lot of that. And here's the reason. You go, well, John, why do you hide their comments? Confirmation bias. If you think Sylvester the cat, if you think something's stupid, and then you see somebody else say the same stupid thing, and then another person say the same stupid thing, and everybody's just all fired up sure that what they're saying isn't stupid, guess what? You've just reinforced stupidity. I've tried to explain that about my content before. It's not just about having a place where people can talk. It's about where right information and, yeah, I'll say right thinking takes place. There's all sorts of other pages out there that just care about interaction. I need it to make money, but if the interaction actually hurts the content that I'm actually presenting, I say X, and then a bunch of people say Y, and it gets derailed, and everybody's going Y. It hurt my content. It's not the purpose of my content. If you don't trust what I'm saying, number one, research it. You'll find out, yeah, if you disagree with me, there's probably a reason you didn't think of. Don't follow people that you don't generally trust their beads on things. Laurel says, truth and integrity are more important to me. And the base core, it's the same thing. The core of those who follow my content, that's exactly what they think. But we've got a lot more folks joining the ride. And I'm finding out that there's a lot of them, it's about me. Not me, but them. It's about me. See what I have to say. Oh, it's great. Share what you have to say, but it's not about you. It's about my content. It's what it is. You turn on CBS, it's about CBS's content, not your content. You go to Ben Shapiro's page or his YouTube channel. It's about their stuff. It's not about you. If you want to do about you, by all means talk. But if you want it to be about you, start your own page, start your own channel, and then see whether you get a following. Don't be just leeching off of my content. Again, that's not saying I don't like interaction and discussions, but there's a clear distinction why some people are doing it. It's about them. And had that one gal left, she gets all, I got too much negativity in my life, and I don't need to be around somebody that's God, I can't think of the word, but I said it before that. Defeatist. I'm defeatist. Anybody who knows me, follows me. I'm not a defeatist. In fact, I've written posts about that. Remember when people were saying, oh, we can't win the election. We got to do it, but we can't because it's rigged. And I said, I don't want to hear that shit. If you're a defeatist, leave. Or at least keep your yammer shut. I don't want to see it on my page. So when I bring out truthful stuff, I'm not a defeatist. I'm a realist. It's like, look, we're going to do better. It ain't going to be what people think it is, and it's not going to be as fast as people think it is. There are some good things. But she's like, yeah, so I'm going to leave. I thought about leaving, and it's like, why did you start following my content? I'm a social and political commentator. Yeah, I put up funny memes. Yeah, we have side issues that we talk about. There's things on my music and stuff like that. Yeah, we share stuff. But I'm primarily a social and political commentator. Of course you're going to have negative shit. That's what we talk about. Otherwise it'd be a hobby site, a gardening site, a nature site, a fitness site. It's not. It's for social and political commentation. So that's what I do. I find a problem, I point it out, and when possible, offer solutions. That's how it works. So yeah, I don't care. Don't follow my content. If you don't want social and political commentary, don't follow my content. That's save us both a bunch of time. Go follow a meme site. Rainbows and butterflies. I don't care. Hell, I enjoy those too. I enjoy those types of pages. I'll tell you, I don't follow a single social and political commentator site. Not a single one. Why? Well, because I do it. I do it. I know they're out there. I know where I can get my information. I know where I can bounce my thoughts off of. I can do that. I don't need to follow them. They're saying the same shit I am. So yeah, if that's not what you want, don't follow my content. I'm not hurt. I'm not hurt at all. All power to you. Hell, block me. I don't care. And I'd rather have no interaction and no benefit than to have negative interaction and negative benefits. What's a negative benefit? Would be a detriment. A detriment. It's like, no, I don't care about that. That's fine. It doesn't hurt my feeling. And don't tell me you're fucking leaving. Just go. just go. Bertha, I don't need to know I don't know what I forget her name. See, I forgot. I forgot her name that fast. Bertha, you don't need to tell me that you're leaving. Just leave. Just leave. If you start following a page that you don't want to follow, just leave. Unfollow and move on with life. Wayne says, hey, John, just sitting. No, yeah, sort of a little bit. My lower back is kind of curled. I'm actually in more pain than I was the other night. So we're going to see how it goes. Yeah. Yeah. The type of pain is kind of moving from one thing to another. You know how it is when you get injured and then other parts of your body kick in and then the initial thing starts to go away, but then you've caused problems with other parts. Yeah, that's where I'm at. We'll get it sorted out. It's fine. But yeah, Yeah, I have never felt the need to tell a page that I was following or a person. Well, fuck you, Bob. I'm not following you anymore. No, I just move on. I unfollow them. Whiskey. Yeah, well, not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. No whiskey tonight. I don't do whiskey on show nights. And my foot's been swelling. Not good. So I got to pinch somewhere. I got to figure that out. Got to pinch somewhere. My foot's been swelling up. The missus could hardly even get my boot off the other day. She's like, holy cow. Yeah, my foot just swelled right up. We'll get it. We'll get it sorted. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting group of years. Wayne, yeah, I appreciate your post. You posted on the Doge thing. No, you get it. You get it. You even admit it. It's like, yeah. They talk out both sides of their mouth considering Doge. They're like, they say that it's an advisory board, but then Trump in the next sentence says that they're going to come in and fix things. It's like an advisory board can't fix anything. He's a showman. It's the show that pisses me off. And there's people out there. Like I said, if you know the truth, fine. The problem is there's a shit ton of people out there that don't get it. They think Doge is actually going to be able to do something. Wayne says, I suffer from degenerate disc in my lower spine. Yeah, it sucks. Gus says it's no different than hunting pages I follow. There's always people joining the page to spread hate. They don't like hunting. Yeah, that's true too. But it's like, this gal seems to be, and I've had a bunch of them lately. We're all on the same side. I told you, not everybody on our side are good people or not just batshit crazy or just assholes. There's a bunch, and I don't cotton to them, whether they're on my side or not. Wayne says, I think it's more that people are misunderstanding what Doge is supposed to be. No, I get that, but that's by design. That's by design. That's the problem I have, Wayne. It's by design because they say both things. They say both things. They say they're going to clean things up, and then they say they're an advisory board. You can't have it both ways because it doesn't work both ways. You see what I'm saying? Two signals are being sent out there, and the people that want to see one set of signals, that's all they see. Now, I'm not even saying to the vast majority of people out there. Yeah, well, right. I mean, you said you got that in your post. That's the thing that pisses me off. And it's not even like, oh, gee, give him a chance. This isn't about giving Trump a chance. Like I explained earlier in the show, most of the shit that they're going to point out, Trump can't do anything about anyways. Somebody else has to do that. Now, he can apply pressure, yeah, but they always could. None of this spending and none of this waste has been unknown. I've said that time and time again. There is a handful of think tanks that do this shit every year, and the federal government does it as well, and the reports are published. There is no bit of information that Doge has that you can't get. Wayne says Congress is right. Right. That's the same ways, again, and it pisses me off. Oh, Trump is going to make abortion illegal. Trump can't make anything illegal. He's not a legislator. See, this is the shit that pisses me off. Both the left and the right don't know what the hell is going on and what powers each branch of the government has. Gus says people live to do just this. Don't even care if they understand. Yeah, what there's yeah. Toss monkey poop. And that what I'm trying to do is foster realistic expectations. That's it. Wayne says I like the fact that Trump is doing things that are triggering the rhinos into revealing themselves. Wayne, Trump is a rhino. He's a classic Democrat that's wearing a Republican pin. So is J.D. Vance. He is a classic Democrat wearing a Republican pin. The window is shift so far. And rhinos, you don't need to reveal the rhinos. We all know who the rhinos. That's the same way we need to reveal the spending problem. We know the spending problem. Revealing is never the problem, Wayne. Did you know who the rhinos were? Look, we're just Joe Schmo here. Did you know who the rhinos were? Okay, let me rephrase. He's revealing the hidden anti-Trumpers. I'm a fucking anti-Trumper. Yeah. I was one of the first never Trumpers. The only reason why I voted for Trump this time is because there was no choice. And that's what a lot of people who are on the never Trump side did. We're not stupid. No, I'm not in Congress. No, and if I was in Congress, I would work with Trump where I thought that it needs to be worked. He's not my God. He's not the emperor. Congress and the president are supposed to work together, but they're not really a fucking team. They're two branches of government. Each one works independently, but with the other. That's another thing the American people can't get. Oh, we gotta just all work together. No, we don't. The government is set up in opposition to get as little done as possible. Get as little done as possible. This we gotta work together shit, no, we don't. We need to oppose damn near everything. That way, the only things that get done are the most crucial and the most important. That's the way the government was set up. Right, right. So I don't mean to jump at you, but it's like these, you know this, but then you say stuff and you probably after you've typed it out and go, fuck, that's not really what I meant. Well, yeah, I just come right out and just throw it out there and go, no, it's not. We need to, as little as possible. Little as possible. Same way with the government programs. It's like we've got a bloated government. Government jobs buy votes. That's why government grows. Somebody else was posting up to I think it was earlier today, and she was posting up about how we do need to help people and we need to train them and get them on the right track, but we can't give them a permanent, you know, we're paying for everything their whole life and they don't improve. And I agree. Where I disagree with the whole thing is none of that's supposed to be done by government. It's not the government's job. It used to be done by private people and private organizations, churches and stuff like that. That's who's supposed to do it. See, when the government does it, when the government takes your resources and my resources and gives them to Bob, Judy, and not this Judy that watches, but Mary Sue and whatever, then those people are beholden to government based on what they gave from you. Where if it's done by the church or a private organization or an individual, the people that are helped are beholden to those who directly help them. Right, it doesn't cost the government anything. The government doesn't have any government resources. The government has no resources. The government has a bunch of shit they took from everybody else. It's supposed to be you and I. You and I. It's what Christ was saying. Christ wasn't a socialist. Christ didn't say the government needs to take care of everything. Christ says you need to take care of everything. You take care of your family. You take care of your neighbor. You take care of those in your community. But Christ also said, those who can work but refuse to work, let them starve. Doesn't sound too much like socialism to me. And Gus says, what the fuck, Judy? Stop taking my money. Yeah, just a name, sorry. Going on to my other one. But yeah, government's too big. And it's like I said on the last show, we don't have a free market. We don't live in capitalism. We have what they called a planned economy, and the government dictates. That's exactly what Adolf Hitler did in the 1930s. It's socialism. It's people in government thinking that they're going to run every aspect of your life and your business, but they don't have to invest a dime in your business. You take all the risks. They get all the rewards, and they dictate how many vehicles you can sell, what you can sell them at, what fuels you can make, what that fuel cost is going to be, how many eggs that are out there. The dairy market's been regulated for damn near all of our lives. Look at all the corn and shit like that. They're paying farmers to not farm, and they're paying farmers to do corn to go into ethanol. I say, if corn isn't needed, you freaking starve. Grow something else. I don't care that your family that your family's owned that farm for 150 years. I don't care. Why should I care? Grow something that you can make a profit on. If you can't make money selling corn, grow wheat. If you can't make money selling wheat, grow taters. If you can't make you see how it works? But no, I grew corn, my father grew corn, my grandfather grew corn. There's not enough corn out there, or there's not a market for it. But I'm going to grow it for ethanol, and the government's going to pay me either to sit and let my field go fallow. That's insane. That's not capitalism. That's not a free market. Needs to stop. It needs to stop. It just chaps my ass. Why is the family farm any more important than the dude that was making widgets, and widgets are no more profitable? You're going to come in as the government and pay him to still make widgets that he can't fucking sell just so he has an income? What's the damn difference? Find something else to do. Find something else to do. That's the way it works. You don't keep people using taxpayer money to pay people to do nothing. And that's what welfare does. Pays people to do nothing. And this is the funny part about it, or sad part. It's the same people welfare, yeah, that's like a universal basic income. Because if people have more time, they'll paint, and they'll make sculptures, and they'll write books and poetry and songs, and they'll sing, and they'll learn how to play an instrument. No, they fucking won't. Welfare's proven that. You've already given them a basic income, and they're not even raising their damn kids. Oh, but I know somebody that, yeah, the exception doesn't make the rule. The exception doesn't make the rule. They live in squalor. They bitch, piss, and moan. They got too much time on their hands. They cause nothing but problems. Screwing everybody out there because they know Big Daddy G is going to come in and pay for the babies. Kids are being raised without a father. Society's collapsing. Stop paying them to do nothing. Again, universal basic income doesn't... Look, if somebody wants to be a painter, they're going to be a painter. I don't care if they're working down at the factory. If they want to be a painter, they will be a painter. If they want to learn an instrument, I don't care if they're working down at CVS Pharmacy. They're gonna play an instrument. If they want to sketch, they'll get a sketchbook. It has nothing to do with how much free time they have. People seem to forget to, people didn't have free time. 5-day work week? Oh, hell. The 5-day work week wasn't even a thing, and then still not for everybody, until the early 1900s. People worked 6-7 days a week. 6 and 7 days a week. 5-day work week. What are you talking about? 8-hour days? Shit. This is all new stuff. And then you still live in the lap of luxury. And people complaining. We need more time off. We need more this. No. We need more gratitude and thankfulness for the things that you have and the life that you live. It's that simple. And stop letting government use your money. Pay their fair share. God, pay their fair share. comes down to the CEOs. You know what? This CEO assassination has made me really, really despise our society. The number of people that are cheering this on, page after page on Facebook, almost dedicated to memes and support of a murderer. For people that don't know the first fucking clue about the health insurance industry. They don't know the difference between denying a procedure and denying a claim. A claim is put in after. Donna says it's so sick. It is. Oh, they deny claims and that kills people. No, a claim comes after the procedure. And then people, they go back and forth between what is essential and what's life-saving. Nobody in the United States is denied life-saving treatment. I don't care what it is. If people die, it's because they didn't get the treatment that was available to them. Oh, they were denied. No, they weren't. There's not a single person that's denied life-saving treatment. Some gal from Australia comes in and she's like, I think you're basically, I'm paraphrasing, that we're being lied to by the government and stuff like this. She heard cases where the insurance companies, a guy got 2 fingers off at work, and the insurance company would only pay for one of the fingers to be put back on. Really? I highly doubt that. I'm a little bit skeptical on that. I'd like to see a little bit of fucking proof on that claim that a guy was at work, had 2 fingers cut off, and his insurance would only pay for 1 finger to be put on. But let's say, even for the sake of argument, that was the case. He could still have the other finger put on, and then they figure out who pays for it. And there's agencies out there, there's groups out there that pick up the tab. See, people also don't even know that insurance companies have to work. Each provider, each doctor has a separate contract. And each state runs different rules. There's so many. Government is causing most of the problems. And they're just trying to, and these, you can dislike the health insurance companies. They're evil. Oh yeah, because they want to make a profit. What business doesn't? It's not a fucking charity. It's not a nonprofit organization. And even at that, health insurance companies make less profit than most other companies out there, most other industries out there. And nobody has a problem with those other industries making a profit. You don't like the health insurance thing? Don't get health insurance, then you pay for it. It's simple as that. You don't like United Healthcare? They're not perfect. No, they're not. You don't like Cigna? They're not perfect. None of them are. You don't like Blue Cross Blue Shield? Fine. Don't use them. Nobody's forcing you to get health insurance. Then you figure out how to fucking pay for your own goddamn bills. It's that simple. Nobody's happy. They just see it as if it's a negative loss. They don't see the gain that they get from it. Yeah, the system is screwed up. Yes, it is. But you try doing it without it. You want the system to be better? Get government out of the picture. Terrorism. Hunting down CEOs of companies that you don't fucking like isn't the way to do it. That is evil. That is evil. From people that don't know the first thing about the process. People don't know. Why was a claim denied? There's 50 billion reasons why a claim can be denied, to include you and your doctor didn't do what you were supposed to do. And then under contract, you failed on your part. There you go. Just take a look at some and a lot of those nonprofit and foundations. Yeah, they're making profits too. Yeah, they just find creative ways to spend the money so that the balance is either zero at the end. Yeah, they're doing okay. But yeah, it's people don't know the first thing what they're talking about. They did the same thing with the oil companies, the evil oil companies. They made record profits. Yeah, they did, and they made record investments. People look at one number and don't take it into context of what it is. How much did they invest to make that record profit, and how much is The government makes more profit off of every gallon of gasoline sold than the oil companies do, by a huge margin. The federal government makes tens of cents, if not more, sometimes dollars or more, per gallon sold. The oil companies make 15, 20, 25 cents, maybe. But they're evil, right? Again, people don't understand it. Pharmaceutical. You won't find anybody more critical of the pharmaceutical industry than I am. But let's be honest about it. It costs a shit ton of money to come up with new medications. The processes that they have to go through, the amount of funding and money that they spend and research and then getting it approved. You know what half the problem is they need to come in, like this was suggested, stop using the U.S. as a fuck you. What they do is they charge the U.S. customers a shit ton of money for their product, and they damn near give it away to everybody else. No, make them sell the product the same price. Our prices are going to go down, and the rest of the world's prices are going to go up. Problem solved. A gal, she posted up, she had mentioned about that, about medications. The medications are expensive. She had a medication that takes $40,000 a year, just blanket cost. Most of these companies have programs. You just have to apply for them. You can get your shit for free. You just have to apply. You can get deep discounts. You can get it free. There's agencies and organizations that cover costs of medication. Look, if you're without and it has to do with medical, it's because you chose. That's it. You chose. They're not taking your house. They're not taking your car. Nobody's losing their house because they have a medical bill. If someone claims that they did, they're lying, because that's not how it works. Doesn't work like that. But everybody thinks it does. Oh, people are dying. Yeah. Guess what? People die. People die. How about this? 200 to 800,000 people in the United States every year. 200 minimum die. But from there, death and or permanent disability caused by medical malpractice and misdiagnosis in the United States. 200 to 800,000 people a year. You don't see people picketing outside of hospitals, do you? But go and fucking gun down a CEO of a health insurance company and then cheer it on. And he didn't kill anybody. His company didn't kill anybody. Gus says, funny, I looked up how much an oil company makes. It's 10 to 30 cents at a gallon of gas. Yeah, it ain't much. The state and federal government makes more than that on every gallon sold. But everybody's acting like, oh, gee, it's record profits because there's a lot of gas being sold. And inflation. It's like, no, people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're not making, these companies aren't making what people think they are. But look at the large dollar amount. Again, if you have time, go and look at how much they invest every year. They invest. They have to invest. They've got operating costs and they have investments that they have to do. They got to do research. They got to do exploration. They've got to look, And then half the problem is the EPA and other agencies are preventing oil companies from building new and updated refineries. We talked about this. Hell, we've talked about this within the last 5 years, I think. We've covered this. They can't build new refineries. They can't expand refineries. That's not a free fucking market. Tell me that's a free market. And then they wonder why gas prices fluctuate. Oh, it's the evil oil companies. Man, you ain't begun to see what's going on. Fees and taxes to the government. Yeah, fees, taxes to the government. Again, cost for exploration, just basic operating costs, refining costs. You know what we used to do? We used to export. Did you know that within the past, I think it's 10 to 15 years, the United States was one of the largest, if not the largest, exporter of crude oil in the world? We would export it to other companies. They would refine it, and then we'd buy the refined product back. Why are we doing that? That's insane. We'd export crude to buy back refined. Build no more refineries. Can you imagine how much money could be saved and put into the American economy if we just built more refineries? Expanded the refineries that we have, update and modernize the refineries that we have, but they're not being allowed to. So everybody, oh, free market and capitalism. Nah. This ain't free market and it ain't capitalism. This is government-controlled everything. Everything. That's the same way as the Interstate Waters Act was meant to ensure that the federal government made sure that states did not interfere with the natural flow of water and transportation, fish, and everything else on those waterways traveling from state to state. That's what it was meant to do. What's the government use it for? Oh, we're going to regulate everything. So we're now going to regulate this, and we're going to slow things down, and we're going to stop people from doing stuff. That's not what the act was for. That's not what the federal government's for. Federal government's just to make sure the states play together fairly, not to regulate everything. The same thing with the Interstate Commerce Act. Had nothing to do with taxing and regulate. They're not to regulate the flow of goods from state to state. They're there to facilitate the flow of goods and services from state to state. There's a difference. But the federal government can't keep their hands out of everything, and they bastardize and they weaponize everything for their own purpose. We need to get this ship turned around. That's not the purpose of the federal government. Our founding fathers would be burning down the White House. Are you kidding? Tax upon tax upon tax upon tax. Regulation upon regulation upon regulation. That's not a free market. That's the same way as, why the fuck are they taxing suppressors and SBRs and shit like that? Why? You mean to tell me it costs $200 to process a fucking silencer? Really? $200. That's insane. No, what it's meant to do is to gain revenue and to slow down the sales of something that they don't have any right to be regulating in the first place. Do the same thing with cigarettes. They're going to raise the tax on cigarettes to make it harder for people to buy cigarettes because they cost more. They wanted to do the same thing with ammunition. That's not the purpose of taxation. Taxation should be at a minimum to get what you just need to run the basics of government. That's it. That's it. Taxation is theft. No, it's not. Taxation is payment. Shit needs to get paid for. There is a middle ground. What they're doing now is theft. But taxation as a base, no. You like using them roads. You like having that police department. You can move to a town that doesn't have a police department. There's incorporated and unincorporated places that don't have a school and they don't have a police department. They don't have a fire department. You can go move there. But if you live in a community that has these things, they must be paid for. If you've got a mayor or a, infrastructure that needs to be run, then you need to pay for it. Taxation is the only way that can be done. But these things grow and they grow and they grow and they spend and they spend and they spend and they tax and they tax and they tax, and that's where the crime comes in. That's where the crime comes in. We go, damn, John's on fire. John's in pain. John's in pain. Good coffee, though. Blueberry Cobbler, New England brand. Good stuff. The missus made me my no-bake drop cookies. She's like, I'm going to make you some. They're made with oatmeal and peanut butter and chocolate and stuff. It might have some other stuff. I don't know. Those are the three ingredients I know: oatmeal, chocolate, and peanut butter. They look like cow pies. They're little. They're only like about that big around. They're good. They're good. They're good for you too. Good for you. Chocolate's good for you. Peanut butter's good for you. Oatmeal's good for you. Oatmeal's good for you. But yeah, we got a rude awakening coming, and everybody's high on this euphoric feeling of, we won the election. Oh man. It's taken us 20 years to get where we're at right now. You think that it's going to end overnight? We got a battle to do. There are some good things. Did you hear that Syria's changed hands now? Assad's gone. His family's been booted out. They were what were they? They were Muslims, but they were one sect, and then the other sect was the other one. Then you had the Christians and Kurds and stuff like that. They're up in the northeast part of Syria, I think. But you had two main Muslim groups, the Shiite and the Sunni. And they were fighting each other. And one of the leaders was Assad, and the other leader was Dipshit, the one who's in charge now. And he's a terror king. He had been the head figure of at least three, and he'd been in three major ones: Al Qaeda, ISIS, and some other thing. Yeah, I saw a story earlier saying his plane crashed. Yeah, it crashed. It crashed all right. And the government just handed it over to this other guy. And so now we've got to deal with him. And Biden's already taken his victory lap. It's because of what we did. We were fucking with Iran, and we were depleting the funds of Russia. And it's like, no, those were byproducts. And you didn't do shit to Iran. You gave Iran money. And they were funding their terrorist shit. Stop it. No. Yeah. Getting rid of Hezbollah and the other group there. That's a good start. That's a good start. Cutting off funds to Iran, that's a good start. Yes, it helped that Russia was getting their shit depleted with the interaction with Ukraine. But for him to take a victory lap on that, you'd have to think, oh, so you let that happen so that Russia could be depleted of their resources? Really? Well, that's not a good look. I posted up too. Yeah, they've been in war. We got to save their democracy in Ukraine. But their elections have been suspended indefinitely, and their nightlife is booming. It's bigger than it was before the war started. It's like, yeah, you tell me about the war. Doesn't mean bad things aren't happening, but you tell me about the war. You tell me the people that aren't benefiting from this shit show. I said from day one, both about Syria and Ukraine, ain't a good dog in the fight. Ain't a good dog in the fight. Ukraine is a shithole. Russia is a shithole. Comes to Syria, yeah, the parties that were fighting, the rebels were shitholes. They're shitheads, and the ruling family of Syria were shitheads. Hey, when there's a fight between dogs and there ain't a good dog in the fight, walk away. Don't get involved. Put a fence around them so that their shit's contained, and then just let them do their thing. Go for it. A lot of people are making money, though. Making money, honey. So we get a lot of things going on. Oh, yeah, Mexico. Remember, everybody's like screaming, oh, no, he threatened tariffs with this country and that country and this country. Yeah, he hasn't been in office, and they're already negotiating things. That's how it works. Mexico's going to stop the caravans coming into the United States. Gus says we need to stay as far away from as possible. Yeah, yeah. I said all along, too, like when it comes to the Middle East, help support Israel because they're the only good guys. You can bitch about shit they've done. No country is without fault. But the rest of it, put a wall around them. Let them do whatever the hell they want to do. You stay within your walls, that's fine. You step outside your walls, we bomb the shit out of you. That's it. Because they can't get rid of their Stone Age mentality. Stop it. Fucking importing that shit into the United States and into the West. Stop it. Even the Muslims in Muslim countries warned about that shit. I think it was like the Prince of Saudi Arabia or something like that. One of the big wigs over there in the Middle East said, the Westerners don't know what the hell they're doing. They are importing all of the shit that gives us problems. And is going to come back to bite him in the ass. They openly said that. I posted up, Muslims are not your fucking pet. They're not your pet. They're antithetic to Western life. They want to run their lives the way they do in the Middle East, have at it. They want to run their lives the way they do in Africa, have at it. The only way Muslim countries run without them killing everybody is to have a strong dictator. That's it. That's it. Gus says, I remember when that was said. What was said? What was said? Oh, you're talking about the prince dude. The prince, I think he was a prince. I think he was part of a royal family over in the Middle East someplace. I think it was Saudi Arabia, but I could be wrong. And he just came right out and said he laughed about it. Yeah, he laughed about it. He said, you guys don't know what the hell you're doing. Donna, but democracy. Yeah. Pseudo-democracy. Hell, the Africans are still hacking each other up. Africans were hacking each other up before white men got on the continent, and they're hacking each other up now. Oh, yeah, the colonialism. Oh, it's bad. Yeah, I don't think so. Same way with the Americas. The Americans, the people on the Americas were hacking each other up, wiping each other out in a constant state of warfare before Europeans showed up. It's just the way it is. And you go, yeah, well, Europe was. Yes, Europe was as well for quite a while. Up until the Middle Ages, they were still hacking at each other. They were squabbling and they're flexing their muscle and figuring out their borders. Yes, that's my point. It wasn't no different. It wasn't no fucking paradise in Africa and paradise in the Americas until white man just ruined it. No, it didn't work like that. We stir up a lot of that shit. And we do. We do. Yeah, we do. And then we turn a blind eye to the other shit that we don't. That's the same way as, do you know how much aid has been poured into Africa in our lifetime? And do you know how much of it never made it to the people, rotted in the ports, or went to the wealthy? There's no, how the fuck is somebody living in a mud hut talking on an iPhone and they don't have clean drinking water. You tell me that. This is 2024. Africa is one of the most resource-rich continents on this planet, and they're still living in the Stone Age? And Wakanda ain't no such place. You almost had a Wakanda. You know the closest place to Wakanda was South Africa, when it was run by white folks. Now, this isn't saying that black folks can't run it, but you can't run it without changing their mindset. And that's just that. Oh, that's racist. No, it's not. It's about here. Fix it. Change it. Get your head out of the Stone Age. Welcome to the civilized world, and start acting like it. I'm not saying they can't. Hell, there's Africans that can write freaking concertos if they put their mind to it. Again, you can't tell me, Africa, really, and there's people that are starving. It's like, get the fuck out of the desert. If you can't grow food where you're at, you got to do one of two things. You got to drill a well and get water there, or you need to move where you can grow some food. But why would they move? Why would they move when people keep shipping in food for them? Drill some damn wells, man. Move to where the food is. This is basic shit. Don't live where you can't survive. Holy crap. Slavery, America's original sin. We, during the Golden Triangle days of slavery, the Atlantic Triangle, we imported less slaves than were sold around the world. The Middle East got the bulk of the slaves. You know why there's not why they don't have African Iranians and African Saudi Arabians? Well, because what the Arabs did, the Muslims, is they castrated. They castrated the men, their slaves. A lot of them died in the process. No, but you can't talk about that. You got to talk about why? Because in the Middle East, they don't give a shit what you think about them and their history. That only works in the West. Look at America. Where do most people live? West Coast or East Coast? That's why. I think a little. Yeah. It's easier to live. Where can you grow things? Where can you ship things? There's less people live, but there's more grown in the plain states, and there's videos online. Like in the Appalachians, there's not as many people that live in there. Well, it's because of the topography. Now, the Appalachians, it runs up the East Coast. It's through several states, so it's not just one state. And they've got no cities in Appalachia. People are happy, but they can grow their food and they get their resources. Now we've done like hell, fucking Nevada. What's the place with the damn Reno and what's the big the casinos are there. Is a city just sprung up out of the desert? If it wasn't for what the hell is it? Las Vegas. Thank you, Wayne. Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Yeah. Just out in the middle of the desert. Dig wells. Build shit. and that's fine. And as long as they can ship stuff in, but you didn't generally find people there. Hell, there's ghost towns all over the U.S. where people used to live, and then the industry left, and the town dried up and went. Go where you can live. If you can't live there, move on. Move on. My goodness. Just find a place to live. So don't tell me, Africa, resource rich. Holy crap. Holy crap. Get the same climate and weather in a lot of places they do in England. It's just other hemisphere. Say, okay, you want Europe? Here you go. Just give them the keys. You go down to Africa, and then you start building shit down there. They'll scream to high heaven. So go, there ain't anything up here. You're right. There's nothing up here except for industry and people working their ass off so that you can then leech off of it. Gus says, look at Canada. It's because of the topography. They live in yeah. Yeah, most of Canada has virtually nothing in it. Yep. People live where they can live. But you don't see the world pouring their money and food into the United States and Canada because no, stop it. The same way South America is the same as North America. Argentina was one of the richest countries in the world. It was the Paris of South America. Till they fucked it up. It's not about the color of your skin. It's about what you got between your ears. Use it. Use it. Oh, that hurts. God. Oh, goodness gracious. So yeah, we got some interesting years coming up. I'll pull it. I'll call it straight with folks. I will. Y'all know me. Mr. Negative, no, we're heading in the right direction. I already said that. We got the shenanigans happening in the Supreme Court. Yeah, Donna, I don't know what you were thinking. They didn't send it back to the states. They haven't yet. I don't think they will. About the transgender child procedure things. Man, Sotomayor and Jackson, they're a couple idiots. They have no justification for sitting on the bench, any bench. Damn stupid. Yeah, those are shit shows. If you can find it, go ahead and look it up. You'll enjoy some of the dialogues going back and forth on that matter. Holy crap! And the ACLU got this chick that was that took some testosterone, calls herself a dude. She got a weird name now. Got some facial hair. Still sounds like a chick. Still looks like a chick with a little beard. And she is speaking for the ACLU on this thing. It's like, you're all insane. You are all insane. That gal doesn't need to be speaking in front of the Supreme Court of the United States. She needs to be in a mental hospital getting treatment. And again, Sotomayor, man, what a complete dingbat she is. She equated hormones and surgery because they're medical procedures. She says all medical procedures have risks, to include taking an aspirin. Bitch, did you just equate sterilizing children with taking an aspirin? Judy says, I saw that. This world is all messed up. It is. This trans ideology shit needs to stop. It's the leaf is turning. The leaf is turning. It's like you can't. And then Jackson equated not allowing children to be mutilated is the same as not allowing interracial couples to get married. I'll say it again for her. Bitch, you went there? Excuse me, really? Really? Not allowing children to be permanently mutilated or chemically castrated or having hormones put in that will permanently screw them up. It's not, puberty isn't something that you can delay. Oh, I'm just going to delay it for a few years and then turn it back on. No, you missed your window. It doesn't work like that. You've screwed them up for the rest of their life. You compared that to not allowing people of different ethnicities to getting married. They're nowhere even close to being the same. I don't agree with either of those stands. Yet, by all means, marry who you want to marry, ethnicity-wise. In fact, I think that the government needs to get out of the marriage business. I understand why it was originally. It ensured rights imparted to the other party. Well, we don't need to do that because we've done that legally in other means. Government needs to get out of marriage business once and for all. If you want a civil union, that's just a contract between two people. Go and draw up a contract. It's contract law. People don't take marriage seriously now anyways. Oh, till death do you part. Do you mean that shit? No. People don't mean that shit. No fault divorce was one of the biggest downfalls of our country. No fault divorce. No. Think harder before you marry somebody and then stick with them. Welfare. Ain't the government's job. Ain't the government's job. Ruining the family. Incentivizing no man. They went around to all the inner cities and they told women, you can't, if you got a kid and you're not married, we'll give you money. We'll give you food. But you can't have a man in the house. The father can't be living here. There to go. Government did this shit. That's not to help people. How the fuck does that help people? It doesn't. It fosters dependence. Gets a vote. Because a vote's cheap. You just have to show up and cast your vote. And then you get paid. Yeah, gimme. Shit provided by somebody else. Oh, so you don't think people need to be helped? I think people should be helped. Privately and through charitable donations and organizations, churches and other agencies. Let them take care of it. And I guarantee they're not going to take care of it for the rest of your damn life. They're going to go, yeah, I'll give you some temporary help. Let's get you. Here's another thing. How the fuck can you have a part of a city that has a bunch of people in it and nobody has a job? And everybody's getting government. If you've got people, you got needs. If you got needs, you have a business. If you get a business, you can get money. Most of the other regular businesses left these areas. Why? Because the people kept robbing them. Let them starve. Let them starve. That's not cruel. I think it's cruel to keep feeding them just so they can keep doing their bullshit. Leeching off of society, raising kids in the criminal justice mill that doesn't punish anybody anymore. That's cruel. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. About power. Power, votes, control. It's not what this nation was built on. Freedom and liberty. Freedom and liberty. To promote the general welfare, not to provide welfare. Two different things. Provide an even playing field, not move the pieces. Provide an even playing field. You don't dictate what people can do, move the pieces around. You control the industries. That's never what it was meant to be. Nope. But here we are. Hey, did you hear Laurel? Yeah, Laurel has a new dog. Sweetie, she's a cute gal. Oh, been tracking the dulcimer. It should arrive Wednesday morning sometime. Between 9 and 11 is what they say, Wednesday morning. So we'll see. I may have the video and everything up before the show, maybe not. I don't know. It just depends upon what's going on that day. Wednesday. Jacqueline says, I can see you're hurting. I'll feel better soon. Yeah, I hope I do too. Thank you. I'm struggling through. The missus feels real bad about it. She's like, I wish there was something I could do. I was like, I wish there was too. It is what it is. I'll get it. See, in the normal day, I never have to sit any place for this length of time. I can get up and I can move around. I can do stuff. I come back, write some more, take care of stuff online, do stuff I need around the house. You know. Show I can't. And I can't get as comfortable. Hell, I'll tell you, like, me and Gus went out over to Vermont this last week. And drive wasn't too bad. I can get myself angled about right in the car. Leg propped up at the right angle. And and it's just mildly uncomfortable with a few winces every now and again, but pretty good. But I can't get that way in this chair. I'd have to be in a really weird position that doesn't work. Sorry about that. But yeah, I try not to complain much. I am thankful. I'm thankful that it's not as bad as it was a week and a half ago. Yeah, shit, this has been about a week and a half. I think it was like Monday a week and a half ago. That's almost 2 weeks. It's like somebody bench. Gus says he was practically laying down. I was, but that's how I drive anyways. I didn't have to readjust my seat. It was just fine. I just cocked my leg different. You know, I got long arms and long legs. Well, so, you know, I got to, keep my head out of the damn headliner. Gus give me a hard time. I put it on autopilot and close my eyes, say, Gus, just make sure I stay on the road. Nah, it was fine. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh, I was gonna say the missus. She made this. It's got cocoa butter and a bunch of stuff, and it got some magnesium flakes, all melted in it. It's a witch's brew concoction thing. No, it's not. It's just it's a salve thing, and you can use up to two teaspoons a day. So I rub it on my legs. Goes a long way. I only do one. I don't know how you could rub. I'd have to rub that shit all over my body to go through 2 teaspoons of that stuff. I rub it on my leg and rub it on my other leg. I get about both my legs covered with it. And it's supposed to help you. It's supposed to help with the blood flow, and it also helps you sleep. I take magnesium pills at night too. So I do my magnesium salve, and then my sleeping pill. Gus says he was so far behind me I couldn't even turn back yet. I wasn't that. Yeah, my head was probably back behind your shoulder, your back, but still, that was. Oh goodness. They're going to make me all self-conscious and everything. Wayne says, I'm not allowed to go Christmas caroling. The psych ward. Do you hear what I hear was a bad song? Yeah. You don't want to hear what John's thinking, what John's hearing in his head. Yeah. Oh, goodness. No, I'm ready for Christmas now. People are putting up their lights, and that's fine. After Thanksgiving. That's it, just after Thanksgiving. Gus says, I have a plate in my neck, so I'm limited. A plate in your neck? I thought it was in your head. I thought it was you had a plate in your head. Gus gets in the car, and I put a magnet on his forehead. Here's an N, letter N on Gus's forehead. No, Gus doesn't have a plate in his head that I know of. Oh, goodness. Oh, man. Neck smart ass. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, getting old. One thing after another. Yeah. My goodness. Wayne says the illegals cross the street from me, put up LEDs all over their front of the house. Keeps me up. Yeah, I hate those things. You're talking about those you know what it is. They shine the lights, right? They're LED strip lights. Oh, I thought it was like those, you can get those, the little machine thing, and it just throws shit all over your house. Those annoy me. Neighbor across the street just put up lights on their bushes and stuff. And yeah, the projectors. There we go. That hard word. Sorry, projector. John couldn't figure that word out. Mr. Wordsmith. John's really great with words until he's tired and in pain. He can't think of the word projector. But yeah. Last night, Amazon delivered 3 packages. three packages. One was supposed to be for the missus. You got some soldier fly larvae for the gals. And no, they're still not laying yet. They will soon. But they dropped off on our front porch a package for across the street. Side door, they dropped off another package for our neighbor to the side. Our package was delivered to the neighbor across the street. It's like, what the hell are you doing? 2 packages at one address, 3 packages, none of them at the right address. Jesus. I had FedEx drop off a package 2 days ago, and it was for my neighbor to the other side. It called up FedEx and said, come get your shit, because I'm not walking it over there. Oh, it's not even GPS. I mean, Gus, we got our house number on the front of our house. All the houses here have their house numbers on the front of their house. Look at the house. It's got the number. They dropped off the package for the house across the street directly underneath my house number. And it wasn't the same number. Look at the house. I don't care what the GPS says. There's no way the GPS got all 3 of those packages wrong. But yeah, the FedEx, and we called them up and said, you come and look, you deliver it to the right place. It would have taken me about 30 seconds to walk out and deliver it to the neighbor. But it's like, no, you're getting paid to do the job. You make sure you do your job right. Look at the damn house. There's numbers on the houses. I get it when there's no numbers. There's numbers on all of our houses. I think they like to mess with people. They might. I think a lot of it's laziness. But you're making the big bucks. You come and pick it up and you deliver it yourself. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Call them up. And with Amazon, you can notify them that they made a mistake, but they've got so many delivery drivers out there through different services, they don't know who to contact. Wayne says the city here paints the house numbers on the curb. Yeah, it doesn't help if you got snow and stuff. But yeah, all of our houses here, all of them have, we have our numbers on the houses. Judy says, well, it literally is. It is. It's literally their job. Deliver it to the right house. So we'll see. I got UPS delivering the Dulcimer. They're sending it UPS Pony Express. They put it on a miniature Shetland pony, and they're running it from New Mexico to New Hampshire. It's like, I paid that much money and it's coming UPS ground. I told that to my youngest, and she's like, UPS ground, what's that? Well, that's where, normally what they do is they take your package wherever they either picked it up or whether you dropped it off, and they truck it to the nearest airport, and they put it on their jets, and they fly it to the nearest airport in your location, and then they put it on a truck, and then they deliver it. Well, UPS ground, they just put it on a truck. Yeah, okay, it's going to the northeast. Hey, is your truck going east? Yep. Okay. And then it gets to the next place. Your truck going north? Yep. And put it on that truck until it reaches its location. So it takes a week. Jesus. And it wouldn't take me that long for me to just drive from here to New Mexico. Oh, goodness. Hey, but I've waited a year for it, so it's like, okay, I got to just stay in good spirits. It's over budget. The missus wasn't happy. She wasn't happy with any of the process. She's like, well, you'd think with all of that, he'd have overnighted it to you. And it's like, yeah, well, you'd think, but no. Oh, goodness. I try to be as gracious as I can. And again, this is a custom thing, so you don't fuck with a custom builder. Because you can't get it elsewhere. I couldn't get this anyplace else. No, there's another company that I could have, but they didn't offer what I wanted. So Gus says we don't have curbs. Not many. Well, they got some curbs there in Manchester, some places. It depends upon your town. I'm trying to think. I don't have any curbs here. Some of the sidewalks, you can put it on the sidewalk curb. They put some new sidewalks in. But no, all the houses, we have numbers. We have numbers here. My goodness. Oh, damn. Let's slide forward. Get a little bit forward. There we go. I got a cable underneath my desk. It powers some of my lights on this from the computer to the lights, and it runs. And if my wheels and my chairs are just right, I'd almost run over the damn thing. So I got to kick it forward. My chair's on one side with the wheels, and then my feet go on the other. Yeah. Some just have numbers on the mailboxes. Yeah, mailboxes have numbers here too. Depends upon where you're at. Like Gus is out in the country. Ish. I'm in Mayberry. Looks like Mayberry here, where I live. It's in town. It's not in town, but it's in town. Got a town hall, school. Not used as school anymore, but town hall, school, church. probably throw a tennis ball and hit each of them. Need to bounce on some of it, but yeah, I could probably do it. But yeah, depends upon where you're at. But yeah, all of our places got numbers here. Our mailbox doesn't have a number on it because it's affixed to the house. We got a little one, and those letter ones. Gus says in our town there are a driveway and you can't see a house anywhere. Yeah. Well, not right. You can see all the houses at your road. They've been moving all over the place. So did I miss something? I know I'm going to get done with the show and I'm going to go, damn, I suffered through all that shit and I forgot to say this. Gonna be interesting. Got some interesting times coming up ahead. I lost a few followers in the last couple days. Not a problem. Some left on their own volition. Some of them were shown the door. It's all fine. I'm still over 10,410 or shit. Jacqueline says, I'm going to call it a night. Take care of yourself. Feel better. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you for joining the show. Gus says AOC wants a new position. I'm going to leave that one alone. Some other people are floating the possibility of maybe having her run for president. She ain't got a snowball's chance in hell. No, she ain't. She can't. Mother Sumner. I might have to call it a night too. It's getting a bit might ornery. But I want to make sure that I did the show at least, and yacked at you folks, and shared things, and see what else is going on. Gus says, "Can you imagine the meltdown with the Democrats?" Yeah, well, we're going to be seeing some interesting things coming down. Judy says, "Don't suffer on our account." No, I do what I can. It's just getting, it hurts. So I think I'm going to have to close it down. I will see you bright and early on Facebook. Normal Monday. Gus says I could call it night. Judy says I appreciate you. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate y'all. I know how much folks like the show. I know I got fired up. We got a lot of firing up to do coming up in the upcoming years. Boy, you're gonna see me wound up more than once. But yeah. I don't know if Wisconsin Wonder showed up on the show. If he did, hey, thanks for listening. If his wife was watching, she's probably going, holy crap. You ain't heard shit yet. Yeah, I can get a bit more fiery. Laurel says, I hope you find a comfortable position. Yeah, I'm going to be walking around. I'll walk around, get it limbered up. I'll get out the massager, then I'll put some more of that ice stuff on it. Donna says, I love it when you get fired up. Yeah. I pull my punches a little bit. I don't just go all out. Well, sometimes I do. But tonight was a simmer. Tonight was a simmer. I just got no patience for stupidity anymore. I just don't. I just don't. But, yeah. Okay. That said, again, thank you all for joining the show. Laurel, enjoy your new family member. She looks like a darling. Yes, hit the thumbs up. Share, subscribe, like. Get more people in on the show. And, yeah. God bless. Take care.